good evening. I'd like to call the North Aurora Village Board meeting for Monday, August 3rd, 2026 to order. Please join me in silent prayer and meditation. All right, thank you. Please join with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call, please.
Mayor Gaffino.
Here.
Trustee Christensen.
Here.
Trustee Curtis.
Here.
Trustee Gately.
Here.
Trustee Lowry.
Here.
Trustee Nedved.
Here.
Trustee Salazar.
Here.
Any audio comments? Seeing none, consent agenda. Steve.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight on the consent agenda, we have our minutes from the last meeting. We have 3 bills list and we have an interim bills list.
Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Nedved.
Yes.
Trustee Salazar.
Yes.
Trustee Christensen.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Gately.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Mayor Gaffino.
Yes. All right, thank you. Under new business, item 1, Steve.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 1 is an ordinance creating a license process for bodywork establishments. This is something that was discussed recently at the Committee of the Whole. This would allow us, even though we're a non-home rule community, to establish a licensing program similar to like a liquor license program, but for bodyworks establishments, most of which we would know as massage parlors. This allows us to fine, suspend, or even potentially revoke licenses for violations. And one of the provisions that is in here is that if a owner or an address is found to be revoked of their license, that establishment and that owner cannot have another establishment for 5 years.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Gately.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Nedved.
Yes.
Trustee Salazar.
Yes.
Trustee Christensen.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
All right, I think item 2, Steve.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 2 on the agenda is the property sale of 1111 Orchard Gateway Boulevard. This is a village-owned property. Currently, equipment manufacturer JCB is looking to create a dealership. They have offered the price of $1 million to purchase the land. This would be a dealership that generates sales tax in future years. Per this contract, JCB, if approved, would have a 90-day due diligence period to finalize all of the contract and sign it. And once they sign this, once it gets approved, just to remind the board, they still have to go through a special site plan approval. So they still have to come back with the actual concept in a site plan, show exactly how it's going to be laid out, go to the plan commission and everything.
Motion approved. Second. Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Nedved.
Yes.
Trustee Salazar.
Yes.
Trustee Christensen.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Gately.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes. All right, thank you. Item 3, Nathan.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. This is a grant application for the TIF Facade Grant Program. The TIF Facade Grant Program offers reimbursement up to 50% of the cost, up to $20,000 to businesses in the TIF district. This property, 149 South Linkaway, has applied for the grant program for parking lot repairs and improvements. They got 2 quotes. The lowest quote was for $12,100, so they are asking for $6,050 from the grant program.
Motion to approve.
Second. Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Christensen.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Gately.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item forward, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. On the July 20th, 2026 Committee of the Whole meeting, staff presented village amendments to the village's vehicle seizure and impoundment ordinance. Staff respectfully requests approval to update the ordinance to align village code with current state law, strengthen legal protections, and authorize the recovery of reasonable storage costs. These updates will ensure clearer procedures, reduce legal risk, and support effective enforcement related to vehicle seizures. Staff is requesting approval of this ordinance.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. The roll, please.
Trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar,
Yes.
trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis,
Yes.
trustee Gately.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
All right, thank you. And last item under new business, item 5, Brian.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is a contract for Parkway Tree Planting Program. The project consists of planting 125 Parkway trees throughout the village. The Fields on Caton Farm has offered once again to extend their pricing from 2023. We generally see increased prices of 5 to 20% a year on certain projects. All 125 trees planted last year by the Fields are alive and doing well. This is the first time this has ever happened. So we generally see a loss of about 10%. The Fields on Caton Farm has provided the village with excellent service and high quality trees over the past 3 years. So staff is recommending waiving the bidding process and awarding the contract to the Fields on Caton Farm in the amount of $42,800.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Gately,
Yes.
trustee Lowry,
Yes.
trustee Nedved,
Yes.
trustee Salazar,
Yes.
trustee Christensen,
Yes.
trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Mayor Gavino.
Yes. That concludes new business. Under village president report, Aurora days of weekend, so hopefully everyone can attend and keep the rain away. Trustee comments? Administrator report?
Just a couple updates. First one, Village Hall. Yesterday, we did receive an updated quote for restoration from Service Master, the company that was doing the restoration work. They've been out looking for contractors who can basically do the painting, the drywall, and any of the carpentry work that needs to be done in the building. Our staff is going through the line items now and checking the pricing. We've been assigned an appraiser from our insurance company. We're hoping to meet with them soon. We're still likely out of Village Hall for a few more weeks, probably several weeks. But in this time, I also wanted to mention that we have been assessing some of the other aspects of the building just to ensure that if something's restored, but it leaves like half an office restored, that we would, if the insurance doesn't pay for the whole office, we'll probably paint the rest of that office so it doesn't look wonky. So we're kind of looking at stuff like that right now, just looking at where the carpet, like if they replace carpet or tile or whatever, if it stops short of like one area, we might look at, okay, what's the cost to actually do it all the way through? So that's where we're at right now.
I just like that too. I think it's a good time since the staff isn't in an office anymore that maybe we can upgrade or update some of that down there, like some of the dividers and the desks are probably from 1990s and some different things. Maybe we can look at upgrading that whole area down there since nobody's there and might be only one time to do that. So I think 2012 was it the last time it was updated?
Yeah, a restoration.
So maybe we can it's 14, 15 years that maybe get away from the carpet, do some kind of hard flooring that it's easy to clean, and like I said, the desks and the dividers look like they've been there long time. Probably 2012 they're probably the same ones we used then from 1980s, so maybe it's something we could upgrade and look at and see, since insurance is paying for some, but maybe we could, if we're going to paint one wall, why not pay 3 walls and get it all done and bring everybody back, and that'd be good for years to come. So maybe that's something that you could bring back to us, what that cost would be. And
Sure, we can take a look at that, the board.
It still smells to me down there. I mean, I don't know if anybody noticed. I don't know how that smell goes away if you have half the carpet with smell, right? I mean, I got to tell you, I went down there today. I still smells. like a must.
And some of the stuff was definitely on our radar. This room, for instance, in the back rows, you can see there's actually carpet pulling off the glue right now. So we were talking about recarpeting this area eventually. So some of that stuff, like Mayor Gaffino said, we're kind of looking at making a list of things that we were planning to do in the next few years. It might make sense to try to do it all at once.
But definitely would. Like I said, since the staff isn't here, especially that downstairs, that's like, why not just, I don't necessarily gut it, but desks and dividers and paint and just bring everybody back and you're good for a long time. So I don't know what that would
We
cost.
definitely, yeah, we can break the cost up by this is painting, this is flooring, and we can take a look and see
If
what that
the
is.
desks were sitting in raw sewage in their wood, I don't know if or the dividers, that's like a fabric. I don't know.
Even though I think, didn't Brian say the dividers were kind of up above the stuff, but I'm sure it's.
Yeah, and I know Service Master kind of, cleaned that area and they threw out most of the stuff that they thought was contaminated. But I know there are some wood items down there, some wood shelves will eventually be tossed that they didn't toss it because they had stuff on them for us to go through. So there is some stuff that needs to be removed.
I'm sure the dividers sucked up some of the smell and different things. Like I said, I think it's just a nice opportunity to upgrade everything for everybody. So
The smell's coming from somewhere. I mean, you can smell it when you come in the front door. So
Yeah.
And I noticed it right away. I mean,
Definitely one of the things we're also looking at is trying to evaluate the ejector pit in the basement. The amount of water infiltration we got through that ejector pit was adding to probably it trying to go somewhere and not actually being able to push the water. It shouldn't have been getting as much infiltration as it probably did. So we'll have to look at having someone either line that pit or redo it. The other thing I had tonight, this is, I don't know if anyone really saw this in the news yet, or if it's become a breaking story or anything, but there apparently is a salt shortage. And it was interesting. We got our results back. Every year, the state bids out contracts for salt for municipalities throughout the state of Illinois. And only a handful of those orders were bid. So the way it works, and I could turn over to Brian in a second. The way it works is that they typically bid it out by location. So like North Aurora, for instance, we put 2 locations to be bid every year because we have 2 salt barns. And if the state gets there's 3 major companies that provide salt. And if they choose, sometimes you get 1 bid, sometimes you might get 2, sometimes you might get 0 for a location. But surprisingly, 260 locations did not get bid, including both of ours. A vast majority of municipalities that rely on the state bid every year ended up with 0 bids, kind of sending everybody into a scramble, which means pricing is going to be interesting to say the least. So what we've done is the state has come out and said, we're going to try to work with those contractors from previous years and see if we can solicit pricing or get at least some pricing so people can buy into a contract. They want the villages to jump on and say, yes, we'll take whatever the state pricing is when you get it, if you get it. But they only give us until the end of this week to really make that decision. And we have no idea what that pricing is. So we paid around $73 a ton. We've heard pricing that can range anywhere from $110 to $145 a ton this year. So, and that's from people who have it now. So what we're doing, and we're just trying to make the board aware of it, is there is a possibility that we might pursue an emergency purchase. And what that is essentially we have $300,000 in the budget for salt this year. What we would do is if we can, Brian and Todd have already secured some pricing that we think might be reasonable compared to what it could be. There might be an idea to buy some of that now and get it locked in so we can actually guarantee that we get salt this year. By doing that, though, it might be before the next board meeting. And if it ends up being before the next board meeting, we would likely follow our emergency procedures, which is to write up some information, give it to the mayor. And then if the mayor says, okay, you guys can go forward with the emergency purchase, we give it to the board so the board's aware of it, and then we bring it to the board subsequently for a vote. The good news is, if there was good news, is that we have a policy internally that we typically try to order enough salt that we can get through a year and fill our barns up for events just like this when we get it at the cheaper rate. So luckily for us, we're pretty full on salt right now. So in theory, we should be able to make it through most, if not the whole winter. But then that also means that the salt the next year could be even higher. So what we're looking to do is maybe buy a protracted amount of salt this year and see what we can do just to keep it full. I was going to turn over to Brian, but I ended up doing the whole thing.
Yeah, the state is considering it an emergency bid. So whatever the price, when you say you want to continue with them on the bidding process, whatever that bid comes back, you have to accept it. So there's no way to turn it down. So the prices that we've been hearing are close to what I've heard other places are paying for salt. It's just that these are local companies, and they just want to, they normally sell to landscapers and other places. So, they have to know their orders to order, a larger amount for us. So that's kind of what we're looking into doing. Supposedly one of the 3 large salt companies did not bid on Illinois at all. Rumor has it they lost one of their mines. So now we're down to 2 companies. So those 2 companies are trying to provide salt for basically everybody. So it's just not Illinois that's having this issue. It's almost every state, it sounds like, is having some sort of a crisis like this.
And there was just a quick article we read last week. Our street superintendent found it, but it was talking about salt in general in the state of where it's at. And what was really interesting is that the amount of salt we now import is going up dramatically. So as Brian said, it's becoming more of a nationwide issue, not just a local issue to us.
Where does salt come from?
The mine that they lost was in like Louisiana. Some of the companies have been telling us that they're going to get it from like Chile, Jamaica, and they're going to ship it from overseas.
Okay.
So to make up for the salt that they can't produce here.
Oh, okay.
I think they even mentioned Morocco.
Yeah, and they're also saying too, salt's almost, the prices are actually going to almost like jump every month. So like this month it could be whatever the price is. Next month it could be 10-20% higher, just because we're kind of eating up the allocation. So that's why when they give us a price, it's was only good for so many weeks, because they said the next time they get their price, it'll change. So that's why we kind of want to lock it in sooner than
Yeah, you're
later.
better off.
Anything else, Steve?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Department reports.
Thank you, Mayor. On a brighter note, tomorrow is National Night Out. We'll be going around town with the mayor to I think we have 10 parties signed up. So you'll see a bunch of squad cars, fire department, going to say hi to everybody.
It's always a fun night. So thank you. All right. Anything else? All right. Motion adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. All right. We'll start committee at whole shortly.